Welcome to the QUT graduation ceremony. The ceremony is about to commence. We kindly ask that your mobile phone be switched off or on silent mode until the end of our ceremony. In case of an emergency, please remain calm and follow the instructions of the venue ushers who will ensure your safety. We now welcome our real world graduates.
Hi, I'm Anne Sherry. I'm the Chancellor of QUT. I'm delighted to welcome you to your graduation ceremony and warmly congratulate you on being here today. As well as being a milestone for you, this occasion is a very important one for the university. To recognise that, this ceremony is modelled on the traditions of medieval European universities that date back 1,000 years. So we have a mace to symbolise authority, a Latin anthem, and academic dress styled in the traditions of that earlier time. More significantly at QUT, we celebrate the much older culture of the traditional owners of the land on which QUT stands, the Turrbal and Yagara people, whose customs and ceremonies date back more than 40,000 years. We pay our respects to their elders, laws, customs, and creation spirits. We have sought to deepen and expand the way in which you, as future decision makers, respect and value the precious contributions of those who've lived in this place for countless generations. As you have all discovered, QUT is a place where you've learnt new ways of thinking and doing. It's a place where you've been challenged to leave your comfort zone, to be bold and learn the practical skills you need to take the next steps in your career. And so I congratulate all of you on showing great commitment, courage, and achievement in qualifying to graduate today. Not only have you achieved academically, for many of you, coming to university may have required you to leave home, travel to a new country, or even persuade your inner voice or sceptical families that going to university would be worth the sacrifices. Just last year, more than 10,000 students graduated from QUT, joining the almost 300,000 professionals who are part of our global alumni network, of which I'm also a proud member. We look forward to welcoming many more students to QUT and supporting them while they study with us, as we have with you. We also look forward to supporting them in their chosen careers, whether in business, law, science, engineering, art, teaching, nursing, or many of the other pathways open to our graduates. I strongly encourage you to stay connected to QUT through our alumni network and to take advantage of the many networking and professional development opportunities it has to offer. For this is only the beginning of your journey. As you walk across the stage today, think about how far you've come. I know your friends and family are proud of you for the hard work you've put into completing your degree, and so are we. Once more, I extend my sincere congratulations, and we wish you every success for the future.
Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Margaret Shield, Vice-Chancellor of QUT. Today we celebrate the excellence of your achievements, the commitment you brought to your learning, and the dedication and perseverance you showed through every challenge. You chose our university because you wanted the real-world skills that industry demands. Today, surrounded by proud family and friends, either in the room or supporting you from afar, you stand before us as qualified professionals and emerging leaders ready to make meaningful contributions in your chosen fields. You have mastered complex disciplines while managing work, family, and personal responsibilities. You learn from and alongside researchers addressing our most pressing global challenges: climate science, healthcare innovation, and transformative technologies. And you achieved your qualification on lands that have served as places of teaching and learning for thousands of years, joining an unbroken tradition of scholarship and discovery. QUT is an ambitious, world-class university ranked amongst the top 200 globally. Our cutting-edge research in technology and innovation distinguishes us, but our true distinction lies in real-world graduates like you. Each project and placement has prepared you to enter your careers with confidence, and you now join a distinguished network of alumni, leaders in industry, innovators in research, and champions of positive change. As you embark upon your next chapter and go on to achieve remarkable things, remember you will also be judged by the care and compassion you show for others and the way in which you use your knowledge in the service for a greater purpose. On behalf of the entire QUT community, I sincerely congratulate you on your graduation and wish you all the best for what lies ahead.
Guests and graduates, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sharon Christensen, and I'm the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Law, and I'm delighted to be your host for today's graduation ceremony. In commencing today's proceedings, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land with a Welcome to Country video.
Bulka be Bulka, welcome in the language of the Yagara people. We acknowledge the Turrbal and Yagara peoples as the First Nation owners of the lands of where QUT now stands. For thousands of years, the Turrbal and Yagara people have gathered along the banks of Maiwa, the Brisbane River, to share their knowledge and stories. We pay our respects to their elders, laws, customs, and creation spirits. We recognise that these lands where QUT now stands have always been places of teaching, researching, and learning. We acknowledge the important role Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people play within our QUT community. From Moreton Bay, inland as far as the Great Dividing Range near Warwick and Toowoomba, as far north as the Caboolture River, including the lands around Brisbane City, Meanjin. Yura yura yinala, balka bi balka, nganguru maramakoro nganya birali, nganya bayam. Welcome to the traditional country of the Turrbal and Yagara people.
Graduation is an important part of the fabric of university life, and in today's ceremony we will confer more than 280 degrees. In addition to today's formal proceedings, it's also an opportunity for us to celebrate and reflect on the personal achievements of all our graduates and join very warmly and genuinely in their celebration. We would particularly like to welcome those who are joining us by live streaming from around the world. I believe our graduates would be the first to admit that while graduation celebrates their individual success, their accomplishments would not be possible without their strong support networks throughout their studies. As such, today's celebration also recognises the significant contributions of family, friends, university staff, and many other people throughout the wider community. We have a large ceremony today, and we will have a short musical interlude during proceedings. Presiding over today's ceremony is Professor Robina Xavier, and it is now my pleasure to invite her to certify the awards and certificates.
On behalf of the University, our Chancellor, Ms Anne Sherry, our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Margaret Shiel, I add to you all my very warm welcome. I also acknowledge our ceremonial host, Professor Sharon Christensen, Professor Cameron Newton, the Deputy Dean, Faculty of Business and Law, Professor Emeritus Award recipient, Emeritus Professor Amanda Goodmanson, members of QUT Council, QUT staff, and family and friends. But most importantly, I welcome you, our graduates, whose achievements we come together today to celebrate. I also add my acknowledgement of our traditional owners of the Turrbal and Yagara people. I now call on Professor Christensen to certify the eligibility of graduates to be awarded their qualifications.
Presiding Officer, I have the honour to inform you that the graduates who will be presented to you or who are nominated for awards in absentia are entitled to be admitted to degrees and have awards conferred upon them. I certify to you that the university that they have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for their awards.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the QUT Council, I will admit to degrees and confer awards upon those qualified graduates in attendance today. I also admit to degrees and confer awards upon those qualified graduates who are listed in the graduations webpage and have been unable to attend in person at the ceremony.
Presiding Officer, I now have pleasure in calling on Ms Marie Clancy to present today's graduates.
Presiding Officer, I have much pleasure in presenting to you graduates in the Faculty of Business and Law to be admitted to degrees. For the Bachelor of Business, Eve Roberts. Billy Ryan. Niall Aleph Jones. Kiara Blaney. Bella Bruton. Hannah Burgess. Luca Butterworth. Troy DeGardo. Luke Doug. Lachlan Dudgeon. Turkey Deborah Hino. Lewis Hooper. Yak Yin Lee. Jordan Messer. Sasha Pace. Charlotte Pauls. Brodie Percival. Jonas Seneschal. Mitchell Sulit. Kian Swart. Liam Toy. Rowan Burton. Connor Haller. Ray Fong Shu. Dylan Rollinson. Jirathanan Chairangsi. Serena Antonioli. Nicholas Banahan. Harrison Benson. Pin Chin Chen. Kenny Chen. Kai Donahue. Kai Douglas. Kate Edgar. William Ivers. Lulu Iba Bailey Elliott. Ben Finkland. Jack Fitzpatrick. Declan Fotheringham. Gan Kai Jan. Adam Go. Nick Griffin. Brandon Hargreaves. Danilo Kovacevic. Noah Cusick. Thomas Lampaka. Zachary Leonard. Evelyn Lee. Fergus Lim Si Shang. Chanel Lloyd. Diego Lucha. Angelica Lewistrow. Kyle Milana. Aileen Matthew. Harris McGaw. Samuel McKilligan. Alec McLarty. Catherine Miao. Luca Misick. Anne Newen. Matthew Otto. Harry Paresis. Nahi Patel. Ra In Ho Patel. Oh, sorry. Ra In Ho David. My apologies. Ishan Raju. Kieran Riley. Abby Rotondo. Peter Samios. Connor Shelley. Hong Chen Sim. Alexander Simpson. William Tannum Kelly. Blake Tasker. That's great. Deep Thanani. Rihanna Vasquez. Olivia Weatherhog. Zane Wickham. Isaac Yap. Wing Kee Vicky Ewan. Phoebe Berg. Elizabeth Cooper. Charles Corrigan. Zach Crozier. Kate Colmeyer. Reese Penfold. Ananya Singh. Yasmin Thompson. Lily Mae Thorne. For the Bachelor of Business with Distinction, Callista Plunkett. Sorry. Braden Darwin. Joseph Frataz de Silva. Johnny Chong. Vanessa Wong. Rowan Bartlett. Claire Bennett. Aidan Branch. Isaac Brothers Nathan. Ethan Buckingham. Pasini Chen. Aidan Evans. Naoya Hagiwara. Cash Kila. Josiah Nettlefold. Aidan Riley. Mariana Suarez Paz. Jordan Turk. Peter Weemers. Gemma Wilson. Carly Noakes. Shay Reid. Elliot Welsh. Presiding Officer, we will now have a brief musical interlude performed by Nick and Nissa. This will be followed by further presentation of awards. Presiding Officer, I have much pleasure in presenting to you graduates for the Bachelor of Business International, Matthew Bucalo. Maximilian Knott. Mark Wijaya. For the Bachelor of Business, International, with distinction, Lucas Daly. For the Bachelor of Property Economics, Hayley Britton. Jamie Bennell. Samuel Burns. Zach Close. Maxwell Cook. William Harris. Lachlan Hill. Thomas Hughes. Jack Johnston. Amy Lambert. Monique Lewis. Prayag Masuria. Tobias Mason. Oliver Mertens. Matthew Michael. Pranav Praveen. Ria Singh. Dominic Telty. Kip Thrupp. Charlie Walders. For the Bachelor of Property Economics with distinction, Damesh Baldenia. Elise Barron. Brianna Svetkovsky. Megan Ellis. Kayla Gaskin-Harris. Mackenzie Green. Claudia Warland. For the Bachelor of Property Economics, Bachelor of Business, Joshua Gardner. Jacob Corbett. Daniel Macaroni. Samuel Slater. Milo Smith. Hend Abdallah. William Benham. Sarah Costa. Harrison Edwards. Lachlan Moss. Benjamin Parker. Naomi Rafu. Terry Solomon. Liberato Venaccia. Lorenzo Battino. Lillian Pham. Claire Parry. Jade Liebenberg. Nathan Singham. For the Bachelor of Property Economics, Bachelor of Business with Distinction, Maximus Edwards. Sarah McIntosh. Indiana Caboni. Ben Murdoch. For the Bachelor of Property Economics with distinction, Bachelor of Business, Rowan Mackay. For the Bachelor of Property Economics, Bachelor of Business with distinction, Brielle Pappalardo. For the Bachelor of Property Economics with distinction, Bachelor of Business with distinction, Corey Delaney. Benjamin Hindmarsh. Charlotte Ray. Patrick Grimaldi. Gabriela Cortes. Amira Hansen. Cassandra Neal. Ella Casemore. Harriet Couchman Frame. Jamie Otten. Alexander Smith. For the Bachelor of Business Honours, First Class Honours, Cameron Nimmo. For the Graduate Certificate in Business, James McKeering. For the Master of Business, Ter Ali Akbar. Varun Aora. Hock Tu Chong. Nicholas Drew. Eunice Dujambi. Kyle Evans. Abdurrahman Ismail Gazaz. Oyun Wandera Gomsurin. Yangting Li. Benjamin Madden. Anand Moreno de Guerra Anias. Ankbat Ochabat. Rafferty Pera. Verita Pimpasan. Sarita Raksarat. Pertivindra Sinha. Alexandra Tran. Arun Teja Balsa. Daniel Vakis. Revanth I'll start again, apologies. Revanth Kumar Venkant Tragavan. Kaship Manish Vyas. Thiti Yimpricha. For the Master of Business with distinction, Chushuan Chen. John Din. Tegan Evert. Oliver McDowell. Mandakai Ohon. Natalia Rios Castro. Melissa Gorlais. For the Bachelor of Business, Kai Xuan Lim. Jane Close. Ayalglu Solman. For the Bachelor of Business with Distinction, Manya Sharma. Corey Tomuriza. For the Bachelor of Property Economics, Jackson Comrie. Sonjun Man. Harry Xavier. For the Bachelor of Property Economics with Distinction, Zachariah McNee. Presiding Officer, I now call upon Professor Cameron Newman to present the candidates for doctoral degrees.
Presiding Officer, I have much pleasure in presenting to you candidates for doctoral degrees from the Faculty of Business and Law. The full citations of each of the doctoral degrees to be awarded today and the names of their supervisors are provided on the graduations webpage. Amongst the highest qualifications this university can bestow, the Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD, is awarded for the significant completion of a significant piece of independent research, sustained in its scholarly character, and one which makes an original contribution to the field. For the thesis title, Decision-Making in Emergency Management, Understanding Patients' Self-Triage and Nurses' Triage Choices, I present to you Dr. Thalini Nisansala Igoda Kupuralaj. For the thesis title, Beyond Boundaries, Mixed-Use Megaprojects and Property Markets, A Symbiosis, I present to you Dr. Maximilian Neuger. For the thesis title, Local Public Expenditure Performance, Intergovernmental Transfers and Development, Insights for Policymaking in Indonesia, I present to you Dr. Adi Sugiyatu. For the thesis title, Disposition Effect in Self-Managed Superannuation Fund Investors, I present to you Dr. Gayani Ukwataj. For the thesis title, Experimental Social and Governance Risk Spillover Effects in the Supply Chain, I present to you Dr. Xu Wong. Presiding Officer, that concludes the presentation of all graduates and awards.
Staff of the University, I offer you my warmest congratulations. Whatever you do beyond today, remember this is a lifelong learning journey you're on. Do it with purpose, with integrity and pride, and know that QUT will always be here for you. In recognition of outstanding academic achievement and service, QUT Council may choose to confer the title of Emeritus Professor on professors who are retiring from the university. It is now my honour and pleasure to ask Professor Amanda Goodmanson, on whom the QUT Council has conferred the title of Professor Emeritus, to come forward. And I invite Professor Cameron Newton to read the citation.
Professor Amanda Goodmanson is an accomplished academic leader who has made exceptional contributions to QUT in driving strategic transformation and advancing the university's international profile. Her research expertise in positive psychology, leadership capability, and organisational well-being have contributed to improved workplace practices and inclusion. She is recognised for promoting positive organisational change and providing strong leadership and mentorship across the university. Professor Goodmanson retired from QUT in December 2024 after 26 years of dedicated service. During that time, she held significant academic and leadership roles, including Head of School of Design, Associate Dean, Learning and Teaching, and Executive Dean of the QUT Business School. In 2021, she managed the merger between the QUT Business School and the QUT Faculty of Law. As Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Law, she was responsible for one of Queensland's largest business schools, ranked in the global top 1% with Triple Crown accreditation, and one of Queensland's largest schools of law. She was critical in leading the business school to successful re-accreditations with external international business school agencies, and her leadership extended beyond her formal appointment to include committee memberships, mentoring, and peer review roles with multiple international business school accreditation agencies. In recognition of her sustained and substantial academic service, QUT Council has awarded Professor Amanda Goodmanson the title of Professor Emeritus. Presiding Officer, I am very pleased to present Professor Amanda Goodmanson for award of the title Professor Emeritus, and I join in the QUT community in congratulating Emeritus Professor Amanda Goodmanson and invite you to address the audience today.
Presiding Officer, Provost, Professor Robina Xavier, members of the official party, graduates, family and friends. I am delighted and humbled to have been invited to speak with you today and begin by thanking QUT for the honour of the Professor Emeritus title. Although it was given to me personally, I emphasise that nothing I've done would have been possible without QUT's dedicated teams of professional staff and academics who continue to deliver high-quality education and innovative research. As mentioned, I was most recently Executive Dean until my retirement at the end of last year. I'm an industrial psychologist by profession. I'm also very privileged to be a wife, mother, and grandmother, and am now living my best life as a farmer in the Northern Rivers region of New South Wales. Although, sadly, I've never seen Chris Hemsworth at the beach. My work life began in the 1980s in the construction and agricultural machinery industries, followed by a brief stint running my own consultancy. Then in the 90s, I discovered that I could turn my love of learning into an almost 30-year career in higher education. So when thinking about a message to share with you today, graduates, I reflected upon my 45 years at work and have come up with 3 insights from my journey to help yours. I've called them the 3 Gs: growth, grit, and gratitude. Let's begin with growth. Some of the graduates here today I may have welcomed at orientation a few years ago. While I don't remember the specific advice I gave you then, I'm sure that I suggested that you embrace all of the opportunities QUT provided to maximise your intellectual potential and your personal growth. Now that you have concluded that learning journey, I really hope that the challenges you've tackled, the skills and abilities you've honed, and the determination you've mustered have seeded a desire for more learning. Learning is growth, and growth is change and fundamental to being human. During my career, I've worked in multiple industries and roles, and change is the common thread that has woven them all together. I've ridden the wave of technology, transforming organisations from fully analogue to fully digital, with the pace of that change increasing exponentially. When I first started at QUT, our classrooms had blackboards. Yep, the type with chalk. We used overhead projectors, photocopied readings, and trawled bookshelves in the library. Our learning facilities are now rich, interactive, multimedia environments. Our academics are experimenting with innovative digital tools to engage industry partners and students locally and globally. And our libraries are now hubs where students connect with each other and their devices to access a plethora of digital material. Social and environmental changes have also altered our workplaces for the better. Organisations today, compared with those of my early career, are embracing and celebrating diversity and inclusion, with many now also giving greater consideration to their environmental impact and their social purpose. However, there is still much to be done, and that's going to be in your hands. If we are going to address the significant changes that still need to occur under the UN Sustainable Development Goals, significant change must happen. My message, therefore, is that you adopt a growth mindset to learn continuously and to positively influence change so that we all may flourish and thrive. Which brings me to my next G, grit. Grit is not just about working hard, although it includes that. It's about resilience, perseverance, risk-taking, and passion. Harnessing these will help you navigate the marathon that is your career and life. Be authentic, understand your purpose and passion, your values, your strengths, and use that self-knowledge to be open to new opportunities. Some of the most memorable times of my career have been when I've said yes to roles or projects that I hadn't even considered or thought I was suitable for. Be brave. Take the risk and seize the opportunities to expand your experience. Of course, not everything will always work out. We are human. We mess up, we forget things, make mistakes, make poor decisions. Accept and acknowledge your mistakes, learn from them, but keep moving forward. Many years ago, when PCs first became available, yep, I'm that old, I was enamoured and believed that this technology was going to transform the way we worked. Turns out I was right. So I tried selling them. Spectacular fail. But I don't regret that choice. I'm thankful for it, as it helped me understand that it wasn't the technology itself, but rather it was the improvement in the experience of work for people that was my passion. And that leads me to my final G, gratitude. Well-being, happiness, and fulfillment can be fostered. Cultivating an optimistic outlook and being kind and grateful has helped me in my career and life. When I first became Executive Dean, South East Queensland was experiencing multiple environmental threats. It began with fires, it moved to a flood, and then a pandemic. It would be easy for anyone to become overwhelmed with the challenges that we were facing. Yet during that time, I witnessed incredible acts of selflessness and positivity from colleagues towards each other, our students, and the broader community. I was so grateful to be associated with such an incredible group of people. But gratitude is not only for the big career or life events, it's also for the small ones. recognising and thanking teammates for their support and their contribution, no matter how big or small, will help you and those around you build a stronger sense of achievement and satisfaction. Kindness and gratitude ultimately cultivate a culture of optimism and positivity. And isn't that what we all want? So today, as we celebrate your academic achievement, remember that your growth and learning came from harnessing your perseverance and your grit. But above all, remember to thank those in your cheer squad who have willingly sacrificed and supported you along the way. I wish you all an amazing career and life journey and leave you with an Irish proverb. Listen to everyone's advice, but follow your own. Thank you.
Thank you, Emeritus Professor Amanda Goodwinson, for that very inspiring address and for sharing your journey. Congratulations on your award again. So family and friends, we have almost reached the end of our ceremony, and I suspect some of you, though obviously not all, have been told by your graduate not to cheer, whistle, or basically not to make much noise as they cross the stage. Well, now is your opportunity to congratulate our graduates by making as much noise as possible to celebrate their graduation. Thank you, everyone. An excellent effort for Sunday morning. Before I close, I'd like to thank all of our wonderful staff who've arranged this graduation for us. It's not an easy job, and we thank you for guiding us accordingly. I'd now also like to extend my personal congratulations to all of our graduates, also on behalf of the university, and our best wishes to your family, friends, and supporters. So the staff will assist both all the graduates, family and friends to leave safely. So can you please wait in your seats until you are guided accordingly. Graduates, family and friends, can I now ask you to stand for the academic procession, and thank you all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.